Good morning, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. It's a beautiful, blustery, windy December day. I'm sorry, January day. Today's the 24th. This month is crazy. We've only got a little over a week left of January. Seems like the year just started. Anyway, we've got them on this little paddock. Used to be pretty much solid. It had a lot of just brush, mainly sumac, honey locust, cedar, and we cleared it off with a chainsaw and pushed all the brush down in those draws. There's still a few skeletons of cedars down in there, and it's a pretty nice little paddock. It's about 6 acres. I overstated that. It's I think now looking at the map, I think this one's 5 acres. But anyway, we gave them half of it last night, and then this morning we unrolled hay, 2 bales on what we gave them last night, and then we rolled up the wire, which is right here. It went from the road over there down to that woods line. And the cattle didn't know we'd exposed this. They were happily, or maybe not happy, but they were eating the hay until they found out we exposed this. They left the hay right here in front of them. And the ones that know that it's open now, there's a stockpile out there, they're all going toward the stockpile. And that's, you know, it's not high in height, but it's very high in quality. It's about probably 4 to 6 inches tall, probably closer to 6. A lot of that, it may be taller than that. It's kind of laid over, a lot of it. But now that they found it, they're like, oh, this has got a little green in it. That hay doesn't have any green in it. And you can see the cows are like, what are they eating over there? They're all starting to kind of come this way a little bit. Those over the hill don't have a clue. They don't know that we've opened this up. But tonight we're gonna have a cattle drive. We're gonna go down across the bridge, go up the hill, and we've got a paddock set up. It'll be our last paddock that we graze, what we call on Jane's farm, before we walk them back over to docks. So we're gonna have a longer cattle drive, about a mile in the morning. No, I'm sorry. We've got 2 bales over there on Jane, so it'll be Monday night. We'll have the cattle drive. We've got some really good stockpile over at docks, and I think we're gonna be there pretty much the month of February. We've got some hay located around over there as well. But folks, this field right here, there was no grass on it. It was just brush. I didn't disc it. I didn't plow it. I didn't seed it. Back in 2001, I did put down 3 pounds of clover seed on it. I broadcast it. That was in 2001, before I learned how to graze right. You know, give it a nice long recovery in the late summer. You don't have to put down clover seed anymore, because you get plenty from natural seeding just from the plants when you allow them to put on seed. So that's a big saver. We used to spend, you know, $5,000–6,000. You know, we were trying to seed, you know, 700–800 acres of grass at, you know, $1.50, $2 a pound for clover seed, and that got expensive. You're putting down, you know, 3 to 4 pounds an acre. We don't do that anymore. So that's money we get to keep in our pocket because of our grazing management, and y'all can do the same thing. But you've got to give those clover plants enough time, and that time frame is basically July, August, September, probably starting around the 1st of August for sure. You need to let those clover plants get mature enough that they can put seed on. And if you'll let them go to a black hard seed, don't let the cows eat the blue blossoms, let it go to a dark seed. Those cows will trample that on the ground, and you'll have clover every year for the rest of your life for free. Did y'all hear that? Free. Just because you grazed correctly. Give those clover plants a good rest period in the fall and no more seeding. Oh, I mean, these cows are happy. Look at that. I mean, it's not real tall stuff, but it's green. When I say green, I'm talking green. They've had 14 below zero the other morning. There's still green clover in there. Look at that. So the cows are getting them a little candy bar this morning. I wanted to give another plug for Russ Wilson. Russ Wilson, for those of y'all that aren't hitting his YouTube channel, he's got a YouTube channel. Just type in Russ Wilson. He's in Pennsylvania. And Russ is an outside the box thinker. He's doing some different things over there in Pennsylvania, and I just want to support Russ. He's kind of, I mentioned the day he's kind of struggling. You know, he's on the subscribers and he's kind of thinking about quitting YouTube. And Russ has got a lot to share with people, and I just hate to see him stop doing what he's doing, because he's a wealth of information. And for those of you who haven't went to his channel, go to Russ Wilson and subscribe to it. He puts out, I don't know, 5 a week, I think. And you know, he's a grazer. I mean, that guy's out there in the snow this morning. He's out there moving those cows on the stockpile, and his stockpile's a lot taller than this. So, you know, I don't know. He's got some beautiful stockpile, and the cows are out there chowing down on it. He's got snow and freezing water lines, and you know, he's going through it. He's got the deal going, and so just check him out. That's what I wanted to make sure I put on this video this morning. And I like to support people that are doing things the right way, and Russ Wilson is doing that. So attaboy, Russ, keep it up, man. Don't give up on your channel. People need you, and they need to be watching what you're doing, especially people on the East Coast. You know, Russ is not that far from you guys. Y'all need to be watching what he's doing. So let's help him out. Hit that subscribe button. And anyway, I'll get back to where we're at here in Missouri. One of the things that I'm looking at on these cattle is the condition on them. I'm really keeping a close eye on that, and I'm watching the manure pats. And when I see the manure pat stacking up, that's telling me that my forage is not doing the job that it should be doing. They need either better hay, or they need maybe a little supplement like a molasses lick or something to give them a little energy and protein. We haven't done any of that yet because the condition on these cattle are just through the roof. I've been watching for the lice. I don't do anything about lice, but every year I get hit with it. The cows will get to rubbing on trees, and they'll rub off some hair, and people come or they see it on YouTube and they freak out. Oh, Greg, you got lice, you got lice, you got lice. And you need to get those cows up and pour them and doctor them and all this crap. Folks, you don't need to do any of that. Mother Nature has had lice since this earth was created. Animals have had lice since that time as well. And when the sun comes out in April here in Missouri, we hit that 70 degrees, the lice are gone. Just gone. They can't take the heat. They can't take the sunlight. And so don't go out there and spend $10 a head on all this crap to pour all over your cattle. All you're doing is weakening their immune system. You're putting all this stuff on them. It ends up in the soil, and you're killing your soil microbes. That's what you're doing. You're also making every manure pat a toxic liability. The soil critters aren't going to be very happy with you, and they're not going to eat them. Everybody's talking about dragging the pastures, dragging the pastures. I'm like, why in the world would you do that? That's just about the dumbest thing I've ever heard. If you've got soil life, let the soil critters take care of it. You don't need to be out there dragging your pastures. That's ridiculous. Nobody dragged pastures for 10,000 years. I was going to show you this. Look at that hawk up there. Well, I'm going to zero in on that. That's beautiful. It just flew up there. Doesn't look very big in this photo, but he's a monster. I think it's a red-shouldered hawk. Oh, he's beautiful. I love the wildlife. I like seeing it around. I think you should manage your farm so that there is wildlife. If you you've got a healthy wildlife population on your farm, that's also telling you that, you know, your animal's going to do well, because you got to remember this: every species that you can attract to your farm supports 8 additional ones. And that's a direct quote from my great friend in South Africa, Ian Michelinis. And Ian, I hope you're doing well over there in South Africa, staying safe. And Jan and I are looking forward to the day that we can have you and Pam back over here, hopefully one of these days, at our grazing school, because we sure miss you. We've had some great times, and just wishing you and Pam the best. Anyway, I got to get out of here. The boys are going to be coming down that road here in a minute. We're setting up a paddock for tonight, getting ready for a short cattle drive. And everyone out there, have a great day. And oh, one more plug on our grazing school. The beginning grazer school is almost full. So if you're on the fence and you want to get into that one, that's the 2-day. That's the first one in the first week of May. You can go to our website, greenpasturesfarm.net, and click on that green button. And then the advanced grazing school, it's starting that way too. I mean, we're going to fill it up probably within the next 2 to 3 weeks. So if you want to learn more about grazing and come out and actually see it in practice on Judy Farms, what we're doing here, there's your opportunity. Folks, y'all have a good one. We'll see you next time.